release that he can't get to.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we are playing some NHL 17 and we're going to be doing a, I guess you could almost call it like an all-star game bracket, but not really because, you know, they're actually, well, virtually they're trying compared to the all-star game where they're just kind of screwing off. But we're going to be doing where we take all 4 divisions, we put them up against each other, we put the best players on every single team on one single team. I guess really it's a lot more than an all-star game when you think about it. They have 2 lines, but so we're going to have the Atlantic, we're going to have the Metro, we're going to have the Central, and we're going to have the Pacific all playing each other. And I'm going to show you guys the lines real quick before we get into this playoff bracket here. But I want to go and say I gave all 4 teams that made it the farthest in the playoffs in each division are the teams that we put the players on. So, Jared Bull. Yeah, we got some stuff to work with here on the bench at least. We got some stuff to work with. Who wants to play? Sedin would like to play. Unfortunately, we can't have a 70-some overall playing 4th line. But I tried to get a representative from every single team. So we had Gaudreau, we had McDavid, we had Perry, we had Pavelski, Kopitar, we had Getzlaf, Lucic, Thor and Carter, Sedin, Kessler, and Monahan. And the defense is looking like Hamilton, Brody, Giordano, Ekman Larson, Doughty, and Brent Burns. How are the scratch players looking like? Those might be some players you're wondering where your team's at. Cam Fowler, Logan Couture, Chris Tanev, Henrik Sedin, and Marc-Edouard Why? Why do they do this? Where they put good players on the bench? I don't understand why they do that. And the goalies are Johnny Quick and Cam Talbot. I'm hoping I didn't miss any goalies, but there was not a lot of goalies out there in the Pacific. Obviously, they have solid ones, but just not high overall ones as far as that goes. Because this is like an all-star game thing, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to switch this up and put the best players in. Not really right to go ahead and make a team sit there and bench a 91 overall just because EA says so, and we're trying to get to see which division is the best, so we do have to include the best players from each one. Went ahead and stuck Sedin down up the middle as well, got them guys playing together. And then their first round opponents coming out of the Central, we got the Predators lineup built here. They have a pretty stacked looking team, not gonna lie. They're playing Patty Kane, Tyler Seguin, and Jamie Benn on the first line. Tarasenko's getting second line, but not too bad though. He's getting to play with my boy Ryan Johansson and Blake Wheeler. Zach Parise, Mark Scheifele, Alexander Steen, James Neal, Matt Duchene, and Philip Forsberg. We're going to have to make sure, once again, they didn't do something silly here and put a winger on the bench that should not have been on the bench. Klingberg, stats. Yep, there we go. EA logic. Highest rated player on the team, bench. I love it. I love you, EA. You are my second favorite. Okay, you're my favorite. I'm not even gonna lie, you're my favorite. Jonathan Toews. Should we even put him on the 4th line? Apparently, he's not even worth 4th line material, so it's a big question if we should even put him there. Seguin, you're definitely not putting on the 4th line. I can't do this. I can't put my boy Johansson on the 3rd line, but we gotta do it. Then going over to the defense. We have a really stacked defense. 93s across the board, 91s and 90s. That makes sense why those other players are not making the defensive team. So we'll go ahead and look at all the scratch players for you guys. We got Bear, we got Klingberg, got McKinnon, Duchene, Stastny, and Yamerson. And that is it. I think that is it. We're going to leave those lines how it is. The goalie man is Pecorine with Devin Dubnyk as his backup. Representing the Atlantic are the Ottawa Senators, featuring Max Pacioretty on the first line. Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, Bobby Ryan, Patrice Bergeron, Mike Hoffman. I already see this as a mess. Let's see what we're missing here. There is way too many guys on this lineup that should not be. Yager, that's understandable why he's not there. All right, Matthews. We had to get a representative from every team, and they really, not that I'm a big Leafs fan at all, you guys already know this, but they really boned EA or the Leafs with their overalls. An 86 overall is one of their best overalls. Let's look at this. Kyle Turris, Barkov. We have a bunch of centermen. That's the problem, and I haven't been switching centerman to wing or anything like that on other lines, so we're going to leave it like that too on this, is where we keep the centerman, we keep the wings the same. Then defense is Hedman, Weber. Ooh, man, look at that defense. Hedman, Weber, Carlson's getting second line. How's he like that? Chara, Kronwall, and Ekblad with Carlson on his second line. I hate to tell you guys, but Kronwall and Ekblad probably aren't going to go play. Goaltenders being Carey Price and Tuukka Rask. And then finally, the Pittsburgh Penguins. I have to cheer for the Penguins because they're representing our division in this game, and I'm not very happy about it. But they got Ovi, they got Crosby, they got Phil to throw on the first line because he's an 89. Why would you not put him over the 90? We'll let them do what they want to do, though. Why not? Bounces the lines out. Voracek, Malkin, Taylor Hall, Wayne Simmons, John Tavares, TJ Oshie, Patrick Hornquist, Claude Giroux, and Brandon Saad. Got a very stout center core right there. And the defensive core not looking too shabby. Okay, it is looking, ooh, wow, what is going on here? I had very good confidence in our division, and it looks like our defense just does not have the ratings to give us that win. We'll see how it goes though. Carlson, Letang, Hamonic, McDonough, Falk, and Boychuk. Let's take a look at these scratch players real quick to make sure EA didn't do something silly once again. Oh, they put my boy Seth Jones and Jack Johnson on a bench. That's probably where they belong. 91 overall Backstrom not getting a play. That's lovely. How many centers did we have? Center. Let's see what we had here real quick. Oh, okay, Claude Drew was a 91. So that's unfortunate. Backstrom can't make the team. And our goalies are pretty stout if I ain't mistaken. Now we got Holtby and we got Henrik Lundqvist. So we definitely got the best goalie duo. Here we go. We got our matchup set up. We got the Pens, we got the Sens, we got the Ducks, and we got the Predators. Let's go ahead here. We're going to start simming these games up. Sim the next game. It looks like our Nashville Predators are going to take a 1-0 series lead. How about the Pens and Senators? Come on, Pittsburgh. Represent us good. I like to see that. Oh man, I do not like having to cheer for those Pittsburgh Penguins. Looks like the Ducks took game number 2, so that game's going to continue on. Here we go, Pens. Can you take a 2 series lead? I don't know what I'm doing to myself if you're cheering for the Pens, but it has to be done for the good of the division. 1-1 series tie. The Anaheim Ducks will take a series lead. It's a 2-0 series lead, but Ottawa's playing at home. Can they take game number 3? They can. It's a 2-1 series, just like it is over here in Anaheim versus Nashville. Game number 4 was taken by the Nashville Predators. Looks like that series is tied at 2 apiece. Can the Senators take a game though, or are they gonna lose and go down 3-1? It looks like they are gonna go down 3-1. Series is tied in Anaheim. We got a good one going on over here, and it looks like the Predators are gonna take game number 5. Game number 5 over here in Pittsburgh. They have a chance to clinch the game, and they will. The Penguins will be meeting. We're going to find out real quick who they're going to be meeting in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's going to a game number 7 right here. The best of the best. Game number 7. Represent your conference. It's going to be represented by those Nashville Predators. Kucherov led the first round in scoring with 4 goals. Go figure. Tampa Bay players even do good in a playoff mode, Sims, not just franchise mode. Not too bad of a performance out of Bergeron either, with 3 goals and 3 assists. 5 points out of Patrick Kane. Nothing else too exciting. It looks like 7 points out of Crosby. I think we expect Crosby to do good by now at this point in time during, the NHL. 10 years later. Here we go, though. Game number 1. Let's sim it up. It's going to go to the Nashville Predators. Game number 2. Let's sim it up. It's going to go to the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're going to have to sim up a game number 3. We'll start going slow sim in these games when somebody gets to a 3-1, 3-3, anything. 2-1 Penguins, though, unless we get to a game 5 and it's tied at 2 apiece. We'll see what we can do about that. It is tied at 2 apiece. I had to bring it up. Pittsburgh's playing at home in game number 5. Let's sim that game up as well. Pittsburgh is up 3-2. They now have a chance to go ahead and win this series. Let's go in here. They're playing at Nashville. We know how tough of it is to play at Nashville. We'll see if they can win or if they're going to have to go to a game number 7 back at home against Pittsburgh. We're hoping that it doesn't have to go to game number 7 in real life. I tell you what, the Pittsburgh Penguin fans have to really hate me by now because I've been bashing on their Penguins now for the better part of like a week and a half. It's alright though, it's just because they're in the division. It's a little bit of a rivalry thing. It's kind of like a, it's great to see the Metro. By the way, we've got a goal here. I'll bring it up before I quit chirping here. Alexander Ovechkin, but right in his office. That is literally textbook Ovechkin office right there. But it's just a little bit of a, division type thing, It's like, oh, they won it last year and they beat us, they eliminated us. It's great to see our division win the cup, but at the same time, it's like, man, I'd like to see the Penguins lose just for a good time. Here we are though, 2 minutes left in the first period, and the Penguins are going to take a 2-0 lead on a Patrick Hornquist. What kind of angle is that? What are you doing? Who's in net? Pekka Rinne. Oh, okay, so I went to resume. One of these days, I'm going to learn. I will learn. When you want to resume simming, you don't hit A like you'd think, you hit X. I'm going to learn one day. I ended up simming the second period by accident, but it was all right. It turned out fine just for those Predators as they knocked a goal in the back of the net. Let's see if anything great's going to happen here. 2-1. Power play, not a great one. Blake Wheeler on Braden Holtby, not going anywhere. James Neal on Braden Holtby, still not going anywhere. Power play Penguins, 5-on-4, 2-1 game. 10 minutes left in this game. They cannot make anything out of that power play. They were down to 8 minutes left. The Predators have to score. 6 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm telling you, these Preds don't score. It's all but over. There it is, a clutch goal under 5 minutes left by Jonathan Toews. EA didn't even want to put him in the game. They could have lost because Jonathan Toews wasn't in the lineup. Thankfully, we helped him out. We put Toews in. This game is going to an overtime. Here we go. Power play Penguins. You don't win games by putting the Penguins on the power play, especially when you got Alex Ovechkin taking shots right there in the slot. They did kill off that power play, a much needed kill off for those Predators. Can they stay alive? They cannot get any good shots. It looks like they're staying outside there, and the Penguins are going to come in here and score a goal. It's going to be by Taylor Hall. How about that? Taylor Hall making a big impression out there, representing his Devils as of this year. And the Nashville Predators are going to lose to the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup Finals. What are the odds that we got Penguins Predators now that I think about that? They're not really, oh man, did I really just say that? Can I beep that out? Edit that out for me, please. Said they was going to beat the Predators. Oh my goodness. You guys seen the 3 stars there. See if there's any explosively great stats coming out of these games. Ovechkin ended it all with 13 points that round. Not bad. 13 points in general, 11 total. And it looks like that was about it. Sidney Crosby once again. Crosby, Malkin, Ovechkin, Patrick Kane. They're just having a good time out there. How'd the goalies do? Did the goalies cost us the game, or did they cost the Predators the game, and or the Central? It looks like there was, ooh, what happened here? Holtby, a 910 save percentage, 918 out of Rene, Johnny Quick with a 923, Henrik Lundqvist over here batting 1,000, 929 out of Tuukka, and a 907 out of Carey Price. So it wasn't terrible, but to think Braden Holtby went out there with a 910 save percentage and they still won the cup is quite impressive. But by the looks of it, it is indeed gonna be the Metropolitan that reigns tall in the NHL amongst the 4 divisions. They did have the best players according to NHL 17. According to me too, I think the Metro is one of the toughest divisions in the league. That's obviously opinion based. Could call it bias because I'm, got a team in the Metro. But you look at how they played this year, how many teams that was up there had 100 points. Definitely a tough division. But as for this video, guys, I'd like to hear what you think about that as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.